Hello and welcome back to the Out of Computer Center's Joomla series. This is part 6, Editors and Publishers. Now in the last video we went over the importance of having writers and authors. They're the ones that create the content. Now if you're just running the website yourself, all the content writing will be up to you. But if you want to expand and have other people write articles, then the last video showed how you'd create authors. Now what if you're too busy as an administrator to actually edit all the articles? That's when editors and publishers come into view. So if we were to create a new user, I'm going to name her Jane Doe. And it's going to be fake. And her new password. So we created Jane Doe, and we're going to make her an editor. Now what that's going to do, we're going to apply. What that's going to do is allow Jane Doe to go in and edit works that are already there. Now, even with an editor, if she was to write an article, it still wouldn't be technically published. So I want to save, and I want to log in as Jane Doe. And we're not going to remember it. Okay, so now we're logged in as the editor. So what the editor can do is go into our articles here, and she can go in and change the writing of any one of these articles that she sees fit. The little edit icon at the end of the article will allow her to go in and change that article. So now she can go in here and make any changes to the article she wants and hit save, and it changes and saves it live. If she was to write an article herself, we'll call this Testing from Jane. Whoops. And we're going to have to set it to the right category and section. Okay, so she hits save, and now she can see it. However, that article is not published. Jane can actually go through and change change the information on any article, even if it's not published. So, like from her point of view as an editor, she's able to go into the actual article, see how it plays out, and make changes as she needs them to be. However, from the administrator point of view, if he goes into the article manager, it is still not published. In fact, this one now has different changes to it too, because she went in and adjusted it. Whoops, I didn't want to click on that. So, Jane's article is not published now. That's what the editor or the administrator can go in and say, you know what, okay, this is good, let's go ahead and publish it and save. Now it is published. So now anybody can, or anybody with the walking into the website is able to actually see the new article Testing from Jane. Now publishers are a bit different, so we'll log out of Jane Doe. Okay, I had to go in real quick and change the pending. We saw earlier there was a publish pending. That's for the administrator. Going in here, the date was actually set 4 hours ahead in the future because Jane went in and edited it. It won't start publishing until the time it's set. In this case, it was set for 4:32, so it was like 4 hours. She'd add 4 hours in order to save her work and publish it. But I went ahead. In order to fix that, what you do is simply start the date to for publishing and created, because they have to be the same. Start it a day earlier, so like yesterday, and then just hit save, and that clears off this pending information. That gives the editor a chance to go in or the administrator a chance to go in and make sure all the settings are done and all the edits were correct and all this spelling, whatnots. Just make sure all the information was good, valid. So now it's all live, except for, no, all of it's live because I went ahead and published it. So now we're going to look at the publisher side. So now Jane can go ahead and edit anything, but she still can't publish her own articles. What if we wanted a user manager? And what we're going to do is click on new. We're going to make a new user. We're going to name him Bob. His username is going to be Bob. And we're going to make Bob a publisher for the front end. So we're going to go ahead and hit save. Now Bob is a publisher. So let's log in as Bob. Log in. Firefox wanting passwords. Okay. So now Bob is a publisher. He can go in and check on articles and read them. Also, on the top bar here, there's a new icon for editing work. So he can go ahead and click on that and change any of the information from there and hit save. Then it takes him back to the article. I believe the editor does that too. So now we're going to go back to, for Bob, since he is a publisher, he's going to write his own article. We'll title it Testing for the Publisher. And we want it in the right category so we can see everything. We're going to go ahead and hit save. And now Bob's article is in the line at the top of the list here. From the administrator point of view, his article, Testing for the Publisher, has already been published. So for having a writer automatically publish their work immediately without having the administrator have to go in, you'd want to make them the publisher. Problem is, if you make somebody the publisher, anything they put up on your website will be live immediately. All spelling errors. If you get a vindictive publisher, it can cause a lot of damage to your website. So you want to be very careful about the whole publisher and editor. The editor, not so much, because their work still won't be published, but they should still go in and wreck a bunch of content. So with editors and publishers, you'd want to have somebody trustworthy there. It's kind of iffy if it's really a lot of damage that can cause to a website. But that's how you create a individual to go ahead and write and publish works for you, like employees, family members, or whatever. So that's it in a nutshell. You can watch any of our other videos at ilifcomputercenter.com or visit our blog website at forevertablet.com. All the links and progress of this particular website will be in the description below. And I hope I was informative, and we'll see you again next time.